been detecting dark matter, and it's been looking for a number of years, and it's going to stay on the space station for a few more years to come. Over. Hi Aisha, we have huge solar panels outside the space station. In fact, it was my job on a spacewalk to go and repair part of the electrical equipment that took the electrical energy from the solar panel, and that's what powers everything you see on the space station. We have enough power up here to power about 90 homes. Over. Hi Paul, you know, I'm very lucky. Track record of flying as astronauts, and there are plenty more missions coming up to all sorts of destinations, and we hope the moon will be one of those in the 2020s. I think Mars is probably outside of my career time frame though. Over. Hi Shahan, yes, disease can exist in space, as you know, on Earth. In fact, we have some experiments outside the space station that are testing just how well some forms of bacteria and microorganisms can cope with the vacuum and the temperature fluctuations in space. Over. Hi Leah, that's a great question. You know, at first, everything is more complicated in space. Putting on your clothes, brushing your teeth, eating and drinking, you just have to learn to get used to microgravity. But thinking about that now, you know, I don't have any problem with any of those everyday tasks. You just get used to microgravity. Over. Hi Nathan, yes, the sun is different, it's white. We don't get any sort of discoloration from the sun's rays going through the atmosphere, so we see a pure white ball of light. It's very, very bright, and we don't look at it. Over. That's a fun question. Obviously, present, I would invite my family to be here because I miss them very much. But other than that, I think past would have to be Sir Isaac Newton. My mission is named in his honour, and I think it will be wonderful for him to see how far we've come today, and for him to be able to put some of his laws into practice up here on the space station. And also present, I think Professor Stephen Hawking. I would love to give him the opportunity to come up and see planet Earth from space. Over. Hi Rosie, your heart beats slower normally in space because it doesn't have to work so hard. It has a really easy time pumping the blood around your body because it's not having to fight against gravity. So the heart muscle normally shrinks a little bit and it pumps slower. Over. Hi Hamad, you know, I think the most important thing is to let your children make their own choices and to do what they're passionate about. That's what I've done throughout my life, so I would just encourage my children to follow their dreams and to follow what makes them happy and what they're passionate about. Over. Hi Leah, well everything in space obeys the laws of gravity, so yes, that affects molecules and atoms, and so they do behave differently, which is why we see these changes in microgravity to what's compared back to on planet Earth. Over. Hi Lewis, yes, I think the planets are a little bit brighter and a little bit easier to see. Certainly Mars seems to stand out more from up here than it does on Earth. Over. Hi Aisha, you know, I would never have dreamed, my younger self would never have dreamed that I'd be up here on the space station talking to you down on planet Earth today. So I would just encourage myself to not change anything and to do exactly the same as I've done. Over. Hi Paul, it's very difficult to choose one experiment out of 250 that we're doing up here, but personally I think the protein crystal growth experiment has got tremendous potential for helping to develop new drugs against disease. Over. We're investigating all sorts of things. Just this week alone, we've got the protein crystal growth I spoke about. I'm doing experiments on the electromagnetic levitator, looking into new materials, new metal alloys that we could be developing. And of course, I'm doing lots of experiments on my own human body, which will hopefully benefit people in terms of medical treatments back on Earth as well. Over. Hi Nathan, what a great question. Will we obey the laws of physics and it wouldn't stop until something stopped us, and it would just travel according to space-time, so it would change its direction according to any gravitational influences that came upon it. Over. Hi Francesco, well, you know, space missions don't come around that often, so it's nice when you have a mission to be able to name it after somebody or something and